Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Gonna get right to the point. This episode didn't really do much for me. I actually, tell you the truth, it did the exact opposite of whatever I thought that this episode was supposed to do for me, which was to, entertain me. But instead, all I got was whatever the hell is that they thought that they were trying to do that just did not work out. Brooke and Hope are still complaining about how Taylor and Ridge and everyone wants to keep Steffi in this fantasy land of, Steffi still thinking that she's married to Liam. Now, yesterday, I learned that Steffi has been up, has gotten out of her coma, whatever, has been up for a day. Okay? She's literally been up for a day. You got these two women that are sitting there arguing and complaining that, oh, this can't go on forever. This can't, we got to tell her the truth and this, that, and the third. I was like, it's been a day. It's been a day. If this had been a couple of weeks, cool. You got hope. It's like, whoa, this can last forever. This can last for days or weeks or months or years. I mean, we can't keep doing this. Sweetheart, it's been a day. Okay, so that conversation was just annoying as hell. And then them sitting there saying, well, Liam, you got to go and sit there and tell her. You got to sit there and tell her the truth. Liam was like, I don't know if that's going to go over so well. Now, they talked to Bridget, and Bridget's like, yeah, her numbers are good. She look like she can tell, she's ready to handle everything. They talked to Taylor and Thomas and Ridge, and, Taylor's like, no, she's still too fragile. I'm like, I can give it the fact that it's been a day. Okay. But Snither saying that she's too fragile, I was like, yo, she's not 12. Like, saying that she may need some more time to sit there and process this, I can understand that because it's literally been like a day. But Snither saying she's too fragile, I was like, what? And, Thomas is like, yo, this isn't a good idea. And Liam was like, hey. I was not pushing for this. It is those two women over there. This is pretty much whatever Taylor wants to do. It's up to her. That's how I felt his reaction was. Sheila, at this point, I don't know what the hell Sheila's doing, but you know what? She's a sociopath, so I don't think anyone knows what she's doing except for a trained psychologist, which clearly is not Taylor because, you got Sheila that's looking like she's ready to, try to kill Steffi. Taylor's like, I know what you're doing because she comes behind. She's like, "Oh, you're concerned and this, that, and the third." I was like, "Okay, Taylor." So Steffi wakes up. Whole family goes in the room. Now Steffi's like, "Oh, it's good to see you, Thomas," but I don't know what the hell she's doing there. And this is Sheila she's pointing to, and Ridge just has that look of like, what the hell is she doing here? Which I'm surprised that Ridge did not kick her out. Okay, at this point, this is where it gets to a point where this episode goes from annoying to just worse. Worse, 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 worse. I guess this is Steffi's version of being dramatic and whatever. But they start to tell her about Finn and Hayes, the shooting, and listen, I've made comments about Steffi's acting. When I first watched this show, I was like, wow. I know that different soap operas work on, they're just different. Okay? They're just different and they play out in a certain way. They have a certain tone. Okay? So I get Each show has its own tone. But I was like, my goodness, this woman is terrible. I was like, this woman is terrible. And somebody was like, yo, Steffi, the actress, won an award. I was like, she won an award for what? Participation? Like, what is she? What is she? I felt like she was a bad actress. Started watching it, kind of recently, like last year or whatever. And I was like, okay, she stepped up. She's a lot better now, and I'm loving this. Like her acting is on point. I'm pretty sure it's probably still on point, but this was just it was just terrible. There was just no other way to sit there and say it. It was just terrible. It was just she was crying and she started to remember everything, and it's supposed to be this heart wrenching, tear jerker moment, but it just came across as me looking at my phone like, yo, she's still going. Okay, cool. Hmm. I feel like that's about it for the most part. I mean, like I said, this episode, the only thing that really happened, which in a way, I can sit there and say that I give this episode more credit than, well, Days for the most part. Days is okay. I mean, like I said, they told Steffi today, so you know she knows the truth, and she started to remember Ben. She started to remember Hayes and everything like that. Now we're just not there waiting for her to remember Sheila. Sheila is an idiot. Okay, she is smart, but she's also an idiot. And I get that she's a sociopath, but if the woman that you shot is starting to remember things, you would sit there and think, maybe I should be somewhere else, like other than here. That's not what Sheila does. Sheila just Sheila just kind of just stands there like an idiot, all scared and worried that, oh man, she may sit there and remember me. This might be a good time to, book a trip like to anywhere. No, no, we're just gonna sit right here and wait for her to sit there and identify me. That seems like a good idea. It seems like a good plan. I mean, Shirley is a sociopath. I mean, you look at this whole thing, and I'm like, if Steffi never confronted this woman in a dark alley, and then here's the thing: even after Sheila shot Finn, and Steffi kept dialing numbers, even though Sheila was like, put down the phone, and she wouldn't do it. I'm like, Steffi, she just shot her son, and then sat there and watched him bleed out, and and instead of having you call 911 to try to save him or anything like that. She just watched him bleed out. You really think she's not going to shoot you too? I get that soap operas is, when it comes to its logic, it's like, no, what logic? What common sense? What's that stuff? But come on, I like that's about it. This episode, besides that, it didn't really do too much of anything else. I'm just glad we got to that point because I'm gonna be honest, I had somewhat of a long day, and I was like, now, with that being said, I'm still gonna watch Y&R because I've been going for like a week, and I'm really curious. And here's the thing: part of me doesn't want to sit there and do the review because I know it's gonna be so late, but part of me feels like when I start watching it, I'm gonna be like, feel like I need to talk about it. So there's a chance I may do the review. I know I definitely want to do a review tomorrow because I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow since I actually have the day off and I can just, be a YouTuber instead of being a YouTuber and, my day job. Um, it's just nice to actually have a day off and I can just do four, all four of my videos and just be like, man, if I was actually getting paid some money, Sweet, sweet. You know. Um. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's about it. I'm gonna be honest. The review was over like about 7 minutes ago. Um, After 7 minutes, and the rest of it was just. I didn't really like this episode. I mean, even the reveal was just like, eh, eh. Then her bad acting just was like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a huger moment, but like her bad acting was just like, man, this is really draining whatever it was supposed to be, at least for me. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.